All right, let's talk about a stock that is, it's absolutely foundational to the whole AI revolution. It just dropped some triple-digit growth numbers, and today, we're going to break it down and see if this is the next monster opportunity we've all been looking for.
Hey everyone, and welcome to ValueVest Daily, the place where we dig into the best value and momentum investment opportunities out there.
Okay, let's just kick things off with a number that should make everybody sit up and pay attention. 104%. That's not a typo. That is the staggering year-over-year revenue growth for a company that's, well, it's one of the most critical yet somehow overlooked players in the AI space. We're talking about a total explosion in demand here.
So naturally, this brings us to the big question, right? What in the world is Astera Labs? And is this company really on a path to 5x its value by 2030? Let's dive in and find out.
So, to really get what Astera does, you first have to get your head around the single biggest headache in modern AI data centers. It's something called the AI data bottleneck. Think of it like this. As these AI models and GPU farms get bigger and bigger, the roads connecting all those powerful chips just turn into a massive, gridlocked traffic jam. It slows the entire system down to a crawl. So, what's Astera Labs' solution? Well, if the problem is a traffic jam, they're the ones building the high-speed, multi-lane superhighways for all that AI data. They're not making the cars, the GPUs, or the CPUs. No, they're creating the essential custom-built roads and bridges that let all those components talk to each other at lightning speed, completely eliminating those bottlenecks.
And look, they do it better than pretty much anyone. Their tech is designed to attack two massive pain points in these data centers: signal degradation and latency. For example, they have this thing called smart retimer technology, which basically cleans up and supercharges the data signal as it's flying around, which prevents errors. And you can see their technical edge right here. Astera's gear uses 2 to 3 times less power, but gives you 50% more bandwidth. When you're talking about a massive data center, that advantage it's absolutely enormous.
And that right there, that is their moat. It's the classic picks and shovels play. In this massive AI gold rush, you've got companies like NVIDIA selling the gold, right? But Astera Labs, they're selling the indispensable picks and shovels. They provide the foundational tools that every, and I mean every, hyperscaler and cloud provider needs. That makes them incredibly sticky and just a vital part of the whole ecosystem.
Okay, so the tech sounds amazing, but does it actually translate into a strong business? Let's get into the numbers and see what the financial engine looks like.
Right now, Astera Labs is sitting at a pretty hefty market cap of $24.4 billion. That's a big number, and it tells you one thing. The market is already expecting some major growth from these guys. But when you look at the vitals, the story gets even better. Now, yeah, the forward PE is up there around 61. That's high, no doubt. But that's pretty normal for a company growing this fast. What's more important, in my opinion, are these other numbers. You've got a return on equity over 18%. That shows they are super efficient with their money. And check this out, a debt-to-equity ratio of just 2.46%. That means this company is built on a rock-solid, basically debt-free foundation.
And the momentum, man, it's just undeniable right now. It's being fueled by a whole series of big wins. First, they just partnered with ARM. That's huge. They also bought a company called AI-Scale Photonics, which boosts their skills in using light to move data around. And of course, the big one we started with, they delivered that monster Q3 earnings beat and raised their guidance for the whole year.
So, the big question is, where is all this heading? Well, if they can keep up a 35% compound annual growth rate, which is what analysts are projecting, Astera Labs could hit a market cap of somewhere between $80 and $100 billion by 2030. You heard that right. That's a potential 5x return from where we are today.
Okay, so that's the fundamental story. But what's the market itself telling us? Let's switch gears a bit and look at the charts, the price targets, and maybe most importantly, who's buying in?
So who owns this thing? Well, get a load of this. A whopping 65% of Astera Labs is owned by the big guys, institutional investors. We're talking about the Vanguards, the BlackRocks, the smart money. That right there shows an incredible level of conviction from the people who do this for a living.
And that conviction isn't just sitting still, it's growing. In just the last year, these institutions have poured another $7.56 billion of new money into this stock. So they aren't just holding on to what they have. They are actively and aggressively buying more. That says a lot.
All right, let's look at the chart. From a technical point of view, the stock's pulled back a little bit, some profit taking after that massive run it had. Right now, as you can see, the price is kind of bouncing between a key support level down around $130 and the next ceiling it needs to break through, which is up at $147.
So looking ahead, the bullish price targets are really clear. Here's the breakdown. In the short term, within about a year, analysts are eyeing $196. Midterm, say 3 years out, the target is $280. And long term, 5 years from now, we're talking $475 or even more. And that lines up perfectly with that 5x potential we've been talking about.
All right, let's tie this all together. Let's summarize the whole investment thesis here. The good and, of course, the potential risks.
So here's the bottom line. The bull case is, well, it's really powerful. You've got the massive tailwind of AI, a very clear tech moat, and these key partnerships that are locking in revenue for years to come. But you have to look at the risks, and they are real. For one, that valuation is high. The stock is pretty much priced for perfection right now, and it's got some serious competition from absolute giants like Broadcom and Marvel. You can't ignore that.
And of course, the friendly reminder, our disclaimer, please remember this is all for informational purposes. It is not financial advice. You've got to do your own homework and research before making any investment decisions.
Hey, if you got some value out of this breakdown, it would mean the world to us if you'd subscribe, hit that like button, and share ValueVest daily. We're here to help you learn about these opportunities before you put your hard-earned money to work.
And hey, just one more thing before you go. If there's a specific stock, a ticker symbol you want us to do a deep dive on next, drop it in the comments below. Seriously, we read every single one. Thanks for watching.